these guys? It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
All right, everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. It's day 3 of the COVID. Not fun. Not fun at all. I don't recommend it for anyone. I just don't. And I'm not being glib about that. This is not something that's highly recommended, but you know what is highly recommended? Talking about the New York Giants on a Friday. We're going to do a stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone knows I donate all my stream money to charity. I am not going to let a virus stop me from doing what I need to do for the kids. So join us tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday, talking Giants, talking football, talking Kansas City Chiefs. I want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. I want to talk about the New York Giants. I just laughed, though, because there was a story, of course, on Pro Football Focus. Daniel Jones is ranked the number 5th quarterback among 15 quarterbacks under the age of 25, according to Pro Football Focus. He's ranked behind Lamar Jackson, the Duck, Kyler Murray, Burrow, and Trevor. And he's ahead of Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence, who's actually played better than he has. But that's okay. And I just love the one comment. The Duke product has 14 games graded above 70. Although the Giants are just 10-23 with him as a starter, it's possible the Giants' move away from Joe Judge and offensive coordinator Jason Garrett might be the best option moving forward for Jones and the team. So now it's Joe Judge's fault and Jason Garrett's fault that Daniel Jones is wildly inconsistent and fumbles excessively. You can't make shit up, guys. You really can't. And I'm sorry, I would take Mac Jones right now and Trevor Lawrence well above of our old buddy Daniel Jones. Not because I'm a Daniel Jones hater. Oh my God, the comment section was so rude and scary on my last video because I pointed out facts about Daniel Jones. I love it when you go to a Daniel Jones lover and you point out facts, because they always use facts and statistics, and then when you actually point out facts and statistics that accurately disprove their theories, their automatic response is, well, you're just a hater. Wow, that's playground stuff, guys. Let's try to be some adults. Is there an adult in the room? Because we really need to find that adult. But I just thought that was silly as hell that he is number 5 under the top 20, under 25. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Kansas City Chiefs are going into Arrowhead. The Giants are 11-3 all time against the Chiefs. Andy Reid has a record of 18-15 versus the Giants, but most of those games, of course, are with the Eagles. Chiefs are free-falling a little bit at 3-4. They've had some issues. This is going to be an interesting game because I some way have a feeling this is going to be a get-right game. The Chiefs and the Giants have met twice since Reid came over to Kansas City. I guess that was in 2013. They split those 2 meetings with the Chiefs winning the one game 31-7 in 2013, and the Giants winning I remember that game, the 12-9 overtime in 2017. It's going to be an interesting game. The Chiefs really need this win. So do the Giants, but the Chiefs really need this win as well because they got, like the Giants, they have a tough schedule coming up after this game. And also the Chiefs are coming off that terrible loss against Tennessee. They basically get the blank shellacked out of them, 27-3. I think the biggest issue with the Chiefs, going back since week 2, they have lost 17 turnovers. Mahomes has uncharacteristically thrown 9 interceptions, and the Chiefs are -10 in the turnover margin, which is tied for 31st. Now, while the Giants, in retrospect, have shown they can get the football, they have 9 takeaways in 7 games, and 6 of those are by interceptions. So, I mean, it's right now Kansas City's a 10.5-point favorite. But they need to fix their problems, just like the Giants need to continue on the growth of the Carolina game. Now, if you want to take a look at some of the things that the Chiefs need to do and the Giants need to do, it's quite simple. Opponents this year who have played against Chiefs are often dropping their safeties back to prevent any deep passes, to prevent them from gaining the Mahomes signature big play. So basically what they're doing is they're dropping their safeties back. Now, the Giants right now are 13th against the pass. They're allowing 243 yards per game through the air, but that's not going to deter the Chiefs. I mean, yeah, we dismantled or beat up on a bad Carolina team, but the Giants are still vulnerable to big plays. We still have these issues from the big plays. And if you can go back to looking at the Cowboys game, who scored on the 49-yard touchdown in Week 5. The Rams had 4 big plays, including that 25-yard touchdown, Cooper Kupp. So we still have issues and breakdowns in the zones, but they'll I think they're going to take their shots. And even with as many turnovers as the Chiefs have right now, they still ranked among the league's best for 400 in average yards per game at 419.3 yards per game. And they still have the 4th best in the league at over 300 passing yards per game. And you still have, you still got Hill, you still got Travis, and they'll have plenty of opportunities to test the Giants secondary, especially with Peppers out. Now, Peppers is more, of course, he's not a cover guy. He kind of lost that position to Xavier McKinney. So I think you're going to see a lot more of Julian Loves and Darnay Holmes on the field. So I think that's going to be for the Giants. They're going to have to eliminate the big play. Now, the other thing the Chiefs are going to have to kind of focus on is going to be the Giants' offense. They even going back to the Super Bowl, Spags, the defense has really not been, I would say, the strength of the strength at all of the Kansas City Chiefs whatsoever. I mean, just take a look at the points allowed, this season. Even in the win in Week 1, they gave up 29. They gave up 36 in Week 2, 33, 31, 29, 29, and 20. They gave up 29, 36, 30, 30, 38. They held Washington to 13 and then 27 to the Titans. So they're still giving up a total of over 4. They gave up, let's see, total yards, Week 1, 397, 400, 437, 471, 392. So they're 499 and 344, but the Titans only gave it 344 because they ran the ball quite extensively. So the defense is prone, Kansas City, the Giants have a shot. They have a shot to push forward on this team. Now, the thing is, the defense does have some players. I love Nick Bolton at a Miz. Great linebacker pickup. He's already got 55 tackles. He's playing extremely well. They got Sorensen, the safety, who's actually a fairly good player. He's actually a pretty good player as well. You got the Honey Badger, so you always have to be careful with him. You got Mike Hughes on the one quarterback and Felton on the other side. So, they have some players. And, of course, you have you're going to have some pressure, hopefully, from Chandler Jones. They're going to hopefully we can combat that with our offensive line. It's an interesting matchup for the Giants. I think defensively, it's going to be, and it's funny to say, it's going to be, I almost want to say a defensive battle. It's going to be the Giants defense against the Chiefs defense. Could this be a shootout? It might be. It's going to be interesting. Because of the fact that, like I said, you really do need to focus on both of these teams' offense. Now, do I think the offense is the juggernaut that scored 18 points? I don't count that last touchdown. That scored 18 points last week against the Panthers. I don't know. But can Daniel Jones put 2 right games in a row? That's going to be the big question. And I love when people talk about, he doesn't have his receivers, he doesn't have this one. Eli Manning was lacking all of his receivers and everything else. No one blamed that. They all blamed Eli Manning. And now they're blaming Joe Judge and Jason Garrett for the failures of Daniel Jones. Maybe they understand, the coaching staff, that you can't put Daniel Jones in a position to cause mistakes. Limit the turnovers, play good defense, you win football games. But fans don't understand that, but that's okay. That's all right. We all know that. So in some ways, this is going to be a defense on defensive battle. Now, the problem is the defense against Kansas City, of course, is going up against the Giants offense. And then, we're going up against Patrick Mahomes. And I love it because Patrick Mahomes is still, he's having what they refer to as an off season, but he's still completing 67% of his passes for over 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Yeah, he's got a little bit high of an interception ratio at 3.2, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting dichotomy of a game. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to think is going to win the game yet, but I will tell you this. It's really going to be, and I'm not saying it's going to be a defensive battle like it's going to be 17-10. It may be a defensive battle where it's 35-31. and whose defense makes the late stop. And the people are like, you think the Giants are going to score 35 to 31 points? I don't know. But what I'm thinking is if you look at this game from an outside perspective, you have to be a little bit nervous that the Chiefs need this game. You're going up against Andy Reid. You're going up against Patrick Mahomes. You're going up against some very good skilled players over on the Chiefs sidelines. Now, this kid, what's his name? Hardman. He's another guy you got to look out for. Same with, Byron Pringle. And people forget about Demarcus Robinson. Well, he's only been targeted 20 times. He still can also make some plays. And then you have to worry about the Chiefs' defense going up against the Giants' offense. And people are going to say, we're limited, but they're giving up all these yardages and all these points, the Chiefs are. So you have to hope that they can come up with another game plan like they did against Carolina to really help continue the issues that the Chiefs are having defensively. And, we're going to do a better breakdown tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you can join us. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could maybe subscribe, ring the bell, you think what that means, that would be awesome.